Hello, good morning everyone. Today we're going to have our ELR lesson. We're going to look at the next genre. I know the last genre that we went and looked at was historical fiction. Today we're going to start off with biography. What is a biography? Giving examples of the different elements of a biography. And I'm going to show you different books about different people that have been written a biography about. Now in this case, when we start off with a biography, okay, now I like this page because it gives us examples as well. The story of a real person, life written by another person. The story of a real person's life written by another person. As you can see, we have a book right here, NBA superstar Shaquille O'Neal. We have Abe Lincoln, and we have the story of Ruby Bridges. Now, I really want you to take a close look at this. As you can see, that a biography can be written in a form like in an informational text. Others can be written using illustrations where it looks like it was written or drawn with pictures as well. It can have a mix. So this is what we're going to be looking at today, the genre of biography. I'll go ahead and put that right there. Now in this case, when we're looking at a biography, now we have to look at the purpose. Remember, I always tell you, what is the purpose of you reading this biography? Because the next selection we have is a biography. Now it is to inform, okay, or explain events from a real life of a person, okay? And it can be a person from the past or even the present. Sometimes a biography can be written about someone that's still alive today. Now, when we're looking at a biography, we have to see what it contains. Now, a biography gives facts and details about the person's life. So it's not just necessarily what happened to them, you know, in one day or something like that, but just a continuous amount of just a good gist of what happened maybe in their life. Details, you know, where did they go to school, where were they born, what country are they from? Okay, those are the details that you're looking at. You're going to be saying facts. That means factual things, true things about that person. You cannot say, oh, this person is a famous NBA star and everyone in the world loved him. It may be where not everyone in the world loved him. It has to be true facts. It cannot be just your own opinion. Now, a biography has elements, okay? Now, in these certain types of elements, a biography is written in the third person, okay? Written in third person point of view. Third person is when they're using him, he, she, them. It's going to be using their name, okay? Bill Gates. They're going to be using their name. LeBron James, okay? It's not going to be written in the form that they're writing it. I went to the NBA. No, that's first person. All biographies are written in third person, because if it's a first person point of view, that changes into an autobiography. It means that person wrote it themselves about their life. But biography, someone else wrote it. Now, in the element, the setting is always a real place and a real time, okay? Has to be a real place, real time. The subject of the text is real, and other real people may be included. Even though the biography is based on Shaquille O'Neal, maybe they're gonna go ahead and mention some other basketball players within his biography, okay? And text includes important events, challenges, and struggles in a person's life. So these are the four things that you're going to be seeing within a biography, okay? The setting, the subject, challenges, a person, what they go through, okay? That means obstacles as well. Those are the elements of a biography. Those are the things you're going to be seeing in a biography or biographical text. Now, when we're looking at a text structure, you're going to see a time order. You're going to see how they're going to first start from either the beginning of where they were born, or where they get their start from, to all the way, maybe if someone's from the past, what year did they pass away. It's going to have a time order. It's going to have some type of chronological order for us to kind of follow through. They're not going to jump from where they became most famous and then they go back to where they were born and then they go back to who they got married. No, it's gonna have a time order. Now, with a biography text, usually the theme is some type of inspiring message or a lesson learned. Now, usually there are some type of inspirational message, because usually it talks about, if usually a biography about a person, that person usually goes through some sort of struggles for them to have a successful ending. So usually a lot of people, after reading biographies, they even motivated themselves to go ahead and try to do something, or make a difference, try to risk having a risk. I mean, sometimes you have to risk some things or sacrifice some things to have an outcome to something. Okay, a lesson learned. It can be where even though you were discriminated, even though there was a problem that needed to be solved, that by the end of the transaction of their lives, they were able to solve that problem, or they made an impact or a difference in their life. Now, looking at this week's biography, we're gonna look at someone called Mama Miti. Okay, now Mama Miti says that Wangari Maathai and the trees of Kenya. So this gives you a good insight of a beautiful illustration. You know, it's already in Kenya, so that's a country in Africa itself. Now, in the introduction, you're gonna see who this person is, but they kind of introduce you to her as a child. Okay, now looking at our text right here, okay, it starts off in the first page right here. First two paragraphs are on italicized. Usually there is some type of importance when you look at italicized words. So when I'm looking at this and I'm reading this, it starts to tell us, on the highlands of Africa, near forests and plains, in a huge salt lick, Wangari was born. Okay, so now we know that our character's name, or a person that we're talking about, a real person, is called Wangari. The face of Mount Kenya smiled down on her. People told stories of how the old days, sometimes the sun shone too bright, too long, and droughts came. Creatures suffered, plants wilted, people fought. So the men held ceremonies under the mangunu, the spreading sacred fig tree, and the skies blessed them with the shimmering rains to slake their thirst and water their farms. Village elders placed staffs from the tihi tree. Between angry men and enemies became friends. Now, this gives us the setting of the real place. You see that Africa at this moment has come down, not only through a famine, but a drought. There is a huge problem of this place, and this is not a fictional thing. This is not a fake story. This is something that really truly happened many years ago. Now it changes up right here in the paragraph where he says, Wangari listened to the story. So this little girl is listening. She's hearing all these problems that are going on in her country. Famine, that means they have nothing to eat, and drought, there is no rain coming down. That's how she came to love and respect trees. That's how she became to be wise in the tradition of her family, the village of her country and continent. When Wangari grew up, she worked in the city, but she always remembered her roots. She planted trees in her backyard and sat under them to refresh her body and spirit. So it first starts off telling us the problem, the challenge of not just this country, but a whole continent, okay? And we're hearing that this little girl is listening to all the problems going on. And from one paragraph to the other, she grows up. And it says she's an adult now. She's working in the city but she grew up to be very, very wise. Okay. Now, in the next page or so, you're going to see how there's this lady with 2 children right here that come to ask her for some wise decisions for her to make. Now, there is different obstacles that when people visit her, she helps them out, because Wangari becomes very, very wise with the things that she's learned in her life and the things that she's respected in her life. So as you're reading throughout the week, these pages, keep in mind, you have these closed activities. These activities says underline the text structure. If it says highlight details, those are the things I'm looking for as well. As good readers, we have to analyze what the texts are saying. And you're going to be walking through this journey with Wangari and what she does, or why her life was written as a biography form. Okay. That's just an intro of biographies. Now, biographies can be written in forms like this, like a story, even though it looks like drawings or just drawings with colored images. It is a true story about a little girl that grew up to be a very important woman called Wangari in Africa. Now, there's other biographies that I'm going to show you as well. You have biographies like this. We have Amelia Earhart. And within this, you're going to see how there's like a lot of black and white pictures. You're going to see, it's going to go in chronological order. Let me lift it up a little bit higher. Sometimes you have different captionings explaining different things to you. You have a different biography, like Cesar Chavez biography. George Washington Carver. Thomas Edison. Bill Gates is a good one. You're going to see how in this one, since it's a longer book, it's going to be separated into chapters. Okay. As you can see, when we're looking at biographies, sometimes you'll see things like timelines. You have Milton Hershey, the Hershey bar. The Brother Mayo. And you have the creator of magical worlds, Walt Disney. Now, biographies are written for us to get to know these people that were important in our history, to know how they were successful, what struggles did they go through, so that we can connect with them, so that we may be inspired or that we can learn something. Now, your assignment for this mini lesson is choose one important person. It can be any person that you want, okay? You're going to write 4 facts or details. I mean, true things about them. I want you to write it in paragraph form, okay? The person that you choose can be from the past or present, okay? This is going to be our assignment for today's mini lesson. I'll take a picture of this as well and send it to you through Class Dojo. Don't forget that every Thursday, we're going to have a live battle on Alien Arena on educationgalaxy.com. So please log on around 12:55. You're going to see right at 1 o'clock that the first math battle will be posted. And after the math battle, we're going to go ahead and do a reading battle. Remember, and keep in mind that those are graded assignments as well. Every other day, try to submit your assignments if it's possible every day for you. After you get done with math, take a picture of math, send it to me. After you're done with reading, take a picture and send it to me as well. In science, you have your brain pop activities. Take a picture of the quiz. So if it says 9 out of 10 correct, take a picture of that. Social studies, you have your book pages as well. But don't forget to try to keep, up with per day, because then it gets overwhelming that if you don't turn in all 5 days, it's got a lot of pictures to be sent. But it's easier just to send maybe those 2 pictures per day compared to the 10 or 15 for the week. Other than that, choose one important person. I'm excited to read who you get to choose so that I can read those 4 facts and details in paragraph form. Have a wonderful day. Please submit your picture of your important or famous person through Class Dojo as well. Have a wonderful day.